Have you ever noticed that the more aware you become, the more distant you feel from others? That the clearer you see the world, the harder it becomes to explain it to anyone? If you've felt this, you're not broken. You're simply awake in a world that prefers to sleep. Throughout history, those who see too much have rarely been welcomed, not because they were wrong, but because they pierced the veil. Buddha walked away from comfort. Nietzsche walked into madness. Kierkegaard walked alone. The price of deep awareness isn't applause, it's often silence. But why? Why does clarity isolate? To understand that, we need to go deeper into the psychology of consciousness itself. Most people live in a shared dream, a common reality stitched together by beliefs, assumptions, and emotional comfort. But when someone begins to wake up, to question, to see, they step out of that dream. And stepping out means stepping away. Psychologists call this cognitive distancing, a phenomenon where those who become more self-aware often feel emotionally detached from their surroundings. It's not arrogance, it's not apathy. It's simply what happens when your mind no longer fits inside the frame society gives you. Now, here's the twist. We admire knowledge, we praise intelligence. But awareness is different. Awareness doesn't just accumulate facts, it dissects illusions. And people cling to their illusions like lifeboats. You see, when you question the world, you're not just threatening ideas, you're threatening identities. And identities are sacred to the ego. Imagine this. In a group of people laughing at a cruel joke, one person stays silent, not out of fear, but because they see the cruelty behind the humor. That person isn't embraced. They're seen as cold, uptight, or worse, too serious. This is the burden of awareness. It isolates not through intention, but through insight. Neuroscience supports this. The prefrontal cortex, the region tied to introspection and moral reasoning, becomes more active in those who engage in deep self-reflection. But this same activation is also linked to higher rates of anxiety and alienation. In simple terms, the brain that sees more often feels more and suffers more. So where does that leave us? Should we dial back our awareness just to feel less alone? That's the tempting choice. But philosophy reminds us of something else. That solitude is not always suffering. That isolation can be the beginning of authenticity. As Thoreau wrote, "I never found a companion that was so companionable as solitude." The truth is, awakening hurts. Not because there's something wrong with you, but because you're stepping into a deeper kind of life. One with fewer illusions and more meaning. You might lose comfort, but you'll gain clarity. You might lose the crowd, but you'll find yourself. So if you're feeling the ache of distance, of disconnection, don't shrink. You're not lost. You're just ahead. And sometimes the path forward begins where everyone else turns back.